Yeah, thanks. Okay, well, we have that chapel in Carmel, March 15th. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine. Fine.
Mason, talk to me, please.
Well, I have been.
No, I mean about us. I know you agreed to postpone the wedding because you thought it would make me happy. But if you've changed your mind, just tell me, okay?
Where do you get these ideas?
Well, it's just something about the way you're acting.
Victoria, we picked a new place and a new time. The only thing on my mind is making you happy, as promised, okay?
I don't know, you seem very distant.
It's your imagination. Look, you should just be worrying about what to do after the wedding. Go through those travel brochures and pick out a place for your honeymoon.
Oh, yeah, any place at all?
From Far Rockaway to Sri Lanka, whatever strikes your fancy. I have to run.
Wait, but no lunch?
No, you go ahead. There's something I have to take care of. I don't frown like that. There's nothing to worry about.
Hello, sweetheart.
So, I hear from your stockroom.
Yes, we have some news.
It's not very good news by the look on your face.
Well, it seems that Gina bought into Acme Pharmaceuticals to the tune of $25,000. Now, where the hell do you think she ever got that kind of money?
I gotta hand it to you, kiddo. That 25 thou was well spent. I mean, Acme's gone up 3 points already. 3 points, and the word isn't even out that they got this new male contraceptive pill. It's brilliant.
Just think of what's going to happen then.
I know the stock's gonna go through the roof. I feel richer already.
We don't have to settle for that chicken feed.
Ooh, I know that sideways smile. Got some evil plot hatching.
You're going to be so proud of me. I figured out a way to hit up Cece again. Only this time for millions.
Close your eyes and open up your heart. Make the darkest night turn into day. Drift away, but never drift apart. Together we are free. What's inside is all we need to feel. A time and space where everything is real. A time for love to find its special place. Together we are Sometimes we sleep with nothing in our
Sorry. I don't know what happened.
Neither do
I started hallucinating and fantasizing. But it was so real.
That wasn't the first time. Come in, Jeffrey. Did you know?
Maybe I don't know where fantasy ends and reality begins. Do you?
Hey, hold on a minute, you two.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Well, we heard about a disturbance in the science building.
Yeah, we were gonna go check it out.
Would this have something to do with that girl everyone's looking for, Miss Capwell, Kelly Capwell?
Well, it might. You know, we're gonna find out and then we'll let you know. Let's hit it.
Yeah, come on.
Wait, hold it right there.
Is there a problem?
You know, I've never seen any one of you two before. Let me see your official ID.
Jeffrey, fantasy is something that's wanted.
Yeah, and finding it is reality. There's a big difference there.
Nothing happens unless you let it.
Hey, what are you two doing in here?
It's you.
Hi. You remember us? Long time no see.
Yeah, I remember. You're not supposed to be in here dreaming tonight.
Do we look like we're dreaming?
Looks like you're playing touch football with the Dolphins.
Hey, we're here for the sensory deprivation experiments, obviously.
Well, that's supposed to be done in the tank. And it didn't look like your senses were too deprived when I walked in here.
Buzz off, will you, huh?
Hey, how come you guys seem to volunteer for everything around? I mean, it's like you guys live here in the lab.
Well, we believe in science. You know, we're science majors.
Yeah, for the good of mankind.
Yeah.
I didn't like that look.
You think he recognized us?
That's not very likely. But just to make sure, we better get our clothes.
Security?
Buddy, where the hell do you get off asking for our ID? Let's see your ID.
All I'm asking for is your simple ID card. Boy, ID card.
Come on, you're like the guard at the gate asking for our parking passes.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. You know, that is the problem we have. Every Tom, Dick, and Harry on the security force keeps hassling us because you don't remember seeing us before. And I mean, don't you know who we are?
Yeah.
No, that's what I'm trying to figure out.
We were brought on personally by the head of security to find this Kelly Capwell girl and her accomplice once and for all. Now, Frank Stevens hired us, and Frank Stevens is who we answer to.
You know Mr. Stevens?
No, man, I was his superior at the Santa Barbara... Listen, why don't you call the man at home and check him out for yourself? Let me use this, please. Now, he's probably not going to appreciate being disturbed on his day off, but I'm sure that'll put your mind at ease. You got a pen I can use?
No, listen, look, I didn't know you guys were new, and, it takes a long time for those ID cards to come in. Look, I'm not trying to cause any trouble here, so...
Well, it's just that we get...
Coffee.
Yeah.
A couple matching the description of the two we want was just spotted in the science lab.
Okay, I'm on my way.
I think I know a shortcut.
Mason, am I glad to see you? We've got some bad news in this house. I'm very glad to hear some good news. Come on, tell me all about the wedding. Huh?
Well, once upon a time, there was a big wedding in a dark forest where all the goblins...
All right, come on now. Let's fast forward to you and Victoria. Where did you get married? At the city hall or what?
We went to City Hall, but the proverbial knot has yet to be tied. We didn't go through with the service.
Why didn't you? It was all arranged.
Well, I rearranged it, Dad. We've decided to wait until next month.
I didn't give you that option. Why?
Because Victoria would like something a little bit more traditional with family and friends. She's picked out a little chapel in Carmel.
Wait a minute. Are you telling me that you let Victoria's desire for a sentimental public display get in the way of Eden's best interests?
No, I didn't quite see it that way, Dad. I saw it as not pressuring her into some sort of shotgun affair. Surely she's entitled to a voice in her own wedding plan.
Of course she is. The bride's feelings must be considered first. That's not only good manners, it is common decency.
All right, we will not railroad the woman. She should have something to say. Let me help out. Let me get the chapel for you. Let me get the hotel suite. Let me get the plane. Let's just get the marriage done. Isn't the whole point for Eden not to guess that Victoria's carrying Cruz's baby?
No, I beg to differ with you, Dad. The whole point of it is something entirely different for Victoria and me. Something like to have and to hold, etc., etc.
And I, for one, am very glad to hear it.
Thank you.
In other words, you're telling me that you don't have Eden's best interest at heart or her welfare.
No, I do, Dad, as I've proven time and time again. But I also care about Victoria's future and the child.
Oh, don't give me those homilies, please. You just caved into her. Now, if you don't have the backbone to do what you're supposed to do for the family, you can forget about any inheritance, etc., etc.
Oh, it's come to that anybody who doesn't bow down to you is excommunicated. Well, I remember a time not too long ago when you did everything in your power to keep Cruz and Eden apart. Now that you've decided they should be together, anybody that gets in your way can just be damned.
You can take it any way you like it. Just do what you're supposed to do for the family.
You mean do what I'm told? No, I don't think so, Dad. I'm not going to let you use either Victoria or me in one of your power plays.
Wait a minute. This was my idea for you to propose to that woman. It didn't even enter your mind.
By sheer coincidence, it turned out to be the right decision. Just what I've needed ever since I lost Mary. That's why I proposed. Took me a long time, Dad, but I finally realized that the end doesn't justify the means.
Sophia.
That fool must have locked the door.
Oh, no.
There's got to be another way out of here.
Open up in there! Security! Open up!
Most about the mail-in.
Anything in there for us?
I don't know. You can look through it yourself. I'm going out.
Wait a minute. What's wrong?
I'll be back later.
No, wait a minute. Are you still upset about Mason and me?
I think we really regret getting into this right now.
No, I think we better clear the air right now.
I don't think you care what my opinion is.
Yes, I do. I value your opinion. Of course, I always know what your opinion is. You think I'm too hard on the children. You think I'm especially too hard on Mason,
You
don't you?
generally are.
As if I've learned nothing about being a parent. As if these 16 years of bringing them up alone has taught me nothing.
There is a big difference between being stern and what you did to Mason, and you damn well know it. Now, you can bellow until your lungs give out at Eden or at Ted, and it rolls right off their back. Do you know why? Because they know you love them. You treat Mason like some competitor to one of your subsidiaries that you have to swallow up or put out of business.
Mason and I have a certain kind of relationship. It may look unpleasant to a lot of other people, but we understand each other.
Oh, please, CC. It goes a lot further than Mason, and you know it. You do use people. You do. And you do excommunicate them if they don't bow down to you. You exile them from your affections, or you threaten to, until they cower to you and do it your way.
Aren't you exaggerating just a little bit?
I know what I'm talking about because you've done it to me enough times.
Oh, just in time.
What?
What do you think?
Looks like a plate. Did I win the jackpot?
Think we can use it in your place?
My place.
Well, yeah, or wherever we live after we get married.
You mean our place?
Yeah, I was going through all this stuff. My grandmother left it to me. There's a lot of things in here I don't know how much we could use, but I thought we could decide in the next couple of weeks. There's a lot of beautiful crystal.
Yeah, well, keep what you want to keep and don't what you don't. How's that?
All right.
I mean, you just don't have to sell your belongings in order to marry me.
I know.
I'm sorry. Goodness, was that an argument?
If it was brief.
Yeah, well, we'll have to learn to escalate our conflicts if we're going to earn our stripes as newlyweds.
Well, I have no business charging you with dishware when you walk in the door.
No, I just shouldn't have ventured out so early in the morning. I think some evil genie descended on me while I was putting gas in my car and ruined my usual sunny disposition. I think I'll take a walk by the water and try to shake him off.
When are you coming back?
In a while. It won't be long.
Would you like some company?
No, I don't think so.
Mason, this is the second mysterious exit you've made today. If there's something I'm doing that's bothering you, would you tell me? If this marriage is for better or worse, you know?
No, not worse. It's only going to get better. And it's not you. It's not anything you're doing. I just sometimes, rarely, have moody days. It's like a 24-hour virus, you know? It'll go away. Okay? Good.
I must not have heard you.
Oh, yes, you did. Those beady little ears of yours don't miss a thing.
You must have finally lost it. I mean, the combination of thinking about the money and that male neutering pill must have put the left and right sides of your brain in a fatal collision.
In the first place, Keith, male birth control is hardly neutering. It's just men taking responsibility for their actions, which they should have done a long time ago, especially slobs like you. And in the second place, I am not crazy. I am a genius with a plan.
A plan? You don't have a plan. You know what you have is you have mixed up ideas playing bumper cars in that small brain of yours.
Number one, we have the computer. And we have Weasel. And we know that we can erase bank records. We've done it before. We can do it again. Only not for a measly $25,000. This time we're going to take $25 million. We're going to invest it in Acme Pharmaceuticals. And then we're going to have so much money.
Wait a second. Have you lost your mind? Does this make any sense to you? Come on, we'll spend the rest of our lives in jail.
Why?
Why?
Yes, all we have to do is distract CC for a little while. I know we can get away with it.
Yeah, right. Like 25 years.
No, just for a little while until we can turn the stock over. We'll pretend that Kelly's been spotted again or that you've arrested her. That'll get his interest, and then we can get into his accounts.
Listen, I zapped this bank account once and took a hell of a chance to save my rear end, not yours. The security must be increased at the bank, and CC's watching his printouts like a hawk. I mean, rich men don't stay rich men by forgetting about millions of missing dollars. You got to forget about this idea.
I can't, and I won't. I have to plan for my future after CC divorces me.
No, you don't have to plan a thing. Bonnie and Clyde, that's going to be our future.
Oh, sure. Now we're playing Mr. Conservative, so we can protect ourselves. Well, go ahead. But I am going to go on living in the style in which I have become accustomed, and I have fought tooth and nail to maintain.
Oh, no, you can't do this without me, and you know it.
You don't think so?
Oh, come on. You mess around with that computer, you're going to spend the rest of your life in jail, in prison.
Will you stop ranting about what I can't do and listen to what I can do?
Mind if I attend to business? Hello.
Hello.
I've got it, Keith.
What? I'm on my way.
What?
Kelly's been found.
What? Where? Not my plan!
He's locked as well.
What are we going to do? Get back in the tank?
No, it's pointless. They'll look down us straight
There's
first.
got to be another place to hide, Jeffrey.
Don't move, you two!
The other guards out the back.
Oh! How did you find her?
What are you guys doing in his uniform?
Never mind that. Right now, we got to get you two out of here and onto someplace safe. There's another guard in the hallway. That's out.
No, you know,
What are these
Kim's
things?
going to be here after.
Deprivation you're floating.
Guys, what are we gonna do?
You know, I've always wanted to eat and take off your clothes.
Hello, Victoria.
Yeah.
May I come in, or am I catching you at a very bad time?
No, you have to excuse the place. It's a mess. I was sorting things out.
That's all right. I apologize for not calling ahead, but frankly, I felt that you wouldn't see me.
No, it's fine. Come in.
Thank you. I don't really know where to start.
Why don't you sit down?
Let's start. Thank you. I suppose I should start by apologizing for the dreadful dinner party last night. It was our intention, it really was our intention to welcome you into the family. But as so often happens, it didn't come out that way.
Well, that's all right. I made peace with Eden in a fashion. I'm glad about that.
Good. And now I feel that I have to apologize for Gina's behavior, for her little scene. She seems to be a constant embarrassment to our family.
No, Mason explained all about that. Frankly, I'm more interested in what went on today.
Today?
Yes, if I'm correct, Mason was at the house earlier.
Yes, he was.
And he told you and CC that we had postponed the wedding.
Yes, as a matter of fact, he did.
I take it CC was furious? Look, I think we could discuss things a lot more freely if I admitted to you I know exactly what's going on. I know that CC has been pushing Mason into a fast wedding, and I know why. You're all trying to protect Eden. Isn't that right?
Are
they in there?
Over
Better
here,
stay back here,
thanks.
Mr. Timmons. Could be dangerous.
At last.
I see absolutely no point in denying that. I think, Victoria, it would be devastating to Eden and her future if she ever found out about your baby.
Yes, I agree. I understand your feelings. I really do.
I want you to understand something else, though. I don't think that Mason would have asked you to marry him if he didn't have very strong feelings for you.
I know that. And to put your mind at rest, I have very strong feelings for Mason, too. I would never have agreed to a marriage of convenience. I think we could have a very happy life together.
Okay. Now, look, I don't want to offend you. I realize that we're talking about your feelings and Mason's feelings, and you obviously care for each other. But I think that if either of you have any doubts about this marriage, they should be resolved before the ceremony and not after. Victoria, what I am trying to say is that I don't want you to allow anybody, including C.C. Capwell, to force you into a marriage that you were not ready for. Because I think that you and Mason deserve the very best.
Is this going to take much longer?
You want an accurate appraisal, don't you?
Well, I want a generous one. Today. Well?
You got some very nice things here, Miss Elizabeth Taylor, Jr.
Yeah, I know. I paid for them all with blood, sweat, and tears. What are you going to give me for them?
I'm willing to give you $4,000 for the lot.
You what? Are you serious? You don't really think I'm going to hawk my jewelry for a tenth of what it's worth, do you?
Well, then I guess you better hawk it with Tiffany's. If you need the money as bad as you say you do, better think it over.
No, you better think it over and up the price. This is quality merchandise we're looking at here, and we both know it. So why don't you take a closer look? Meanwhile, I'm going to go over and say hello to a friend. Don't go away. You won't be out of my sight. No. Where's the charming fiancé?
Why did you go steal candy from a baby somewhere, Gina?
Oh, talking mean. Drink it. That spells the wedding's off.
Well, you lost the spelling bee. What it spells is go away.
Look, Mason, there was no one more shocked than me when you brought Victoria home last night and announced you were going to marry her. Under the circumstances, I think I behaved admirably.
You behaved abominably.
You don't really expect me to pretend I approve of this wedding, do you? No, I will try to adjust to it. I mean, all I've ever really wanted for you was your happiness. And if you feel the need to try to pursue it with somebody else, well, I'm unselfish enough to understand, because I realize that sooner or later you're going to come back to me.
Try later, Gina. Much later. And only then if you can magnetize the spokes of my wheelchair.
Did you ever start to realize that I'm going to be Victoria's future stepmother-in-law? I think it's kind of funny. Maybe I should arrange a bridal shower. Yes, I could invite Kelly, only she's on the run. Well, there's always Eden. I know what close friends they are, but... Oh, and I could include Rosa as well. Or I could ask Tori the names of some of her friends. Somehow I don't think she has any. I better get this.
I'm warning you, Gina. You stay away from Victoria. And me. Permanently.
Hey, what are you doing with my things?
Oh, this is yours, is it?
Yeah, it certainly is.
You shouldn't have told him I tried to spare you, Tallulah.
Spare me what? What are you doing?
I'm taking this in as evidence.
Evidence of what?
Don't you know? Your friend here is Virgil Leeds.
That's his problem. He's not my friend.
Oh, yeah? Well, old Virgil here is under arrest for fencing stolen merchandise. And since you were dealing with him, so are you.
Get every available man you have and surround the building. They haven't had much time. They couldn't have gone far.
Move! Yes, sir.
You guys think you're pretty clever, don't you? Want to play games? Let's play games. Let's play warm up the cell for Kelly and a criminal friend. You're under arrest.
On what charge? Participating in a scientific experiment? You can't make that stick.
What are you talking about?
Listen, buddy, excuse me.
Yeah?
You work here, don't you?
Yeah, that's
Why don't
right.
you check your volunteer list? Don't you got the name Capwell on there and Castillo, too, I think?
You're gonna run this bluff right down the wire, aren't you?
We're not bluffing. We volunteered for this experiment, Keith.
It's true, the names are right here. I'm not really quite sure what's going on here.
You know who these people are?
No. As far as I'm concerned, everything's in order. These people were accepted into the research program, and you're interrupting it. So unless you have some bona fide reason for being here, I'd hope you'd leave. You know, we're trying to conduct scientific experiments, and we're trying to do them under controlled environments.
Well, they're supposed to stay in here an hour, is that right?
2 hours is minimum.
All right. Well, make sure the volunteers stay in here 2 hours. There'll be a guard outside to make sure.
Who do these security types think they are?
Oh, beats me.
Well, look, can we get on with this? Will you resume your places, please?
Of course.
That was close.
Yeah, well, at least Kelly got away. She's safe.
For the time being.
Keeping it safe?
Yeah, we'll need some place to figure out our next move. This is as good as any. Look, Kelly, I know that you're not too happy with me right now, but you needn't worry. You know, I'm not going to come near you again. I understand how you feel.
You don't understand anything, if that's what you think I want.
What is all this? What are you doing here?
Well, sorry, we're off duty and we were just making the rounds and we got to talking and...
Yeah, we were just leaving, sir.
You're not going anywhere, Miss Capwell.
You said that you were a friend of my father's. I can't tell you how grateful he would be. And I just said I don't want you to involve yourself personally in this.
You are in a very ticklish position. We can't do anything that's ill-advised.
Look, I'm sure if you just let us leave, we could forget that we ever saw each other. Now, I know that's a great deal to ask.
No. There are too many people looking for you. Wait a minute.
Who are you calling?
Information? I need the number of the district attorney's office.
That's just fine. Congratulations to both of you.
Why, do we float exceptionally well?
Well, you know, we don't measure flotations, but you both showed great deep brainwave activity, and that really helps us a lot.
I always told you I was good in a tank.
You know, if you have some time, I'd like you to write down a detailed description of your fantasies, visions, or whatever you experience in the tanks. And the sooner you do it, the more vivid the recollection will be, naturally. And just bring that by my office. Of course, everything you write will be held strictly confidential and recorded anonymously. Okay. Thank you both. And you're free to go.
Was it so bad?
Yeah, you know, my brain was like a ping pong ball in there. You can get a lot of crazy thinking done in a tank like that.
Well, I personally didn't have a constructive thought in my head, but I did have a lot of fantasies.
I guess that's what I meant.
What about your fantasies? What are you going to do about them?
What can I do?
I mean, are you going to write them down? Can I see them?
I'm going to do better than that. I'm going to live them. And you're going to be right next to me. As soon as this is over and Kelly is safe, we're going to get married. And that's my wildest fantasy come true.
Mine too.
You were gone a long time.
Yeah, well, it's a beautiful, crisp day, so I just cleared away all the cobwebs. Look, I know I was behaving strangely earlier today. I was engaged in some purely futile mental gymnastics. That's all over now.
Well, I imagine your father said some pretty scathing things to you this morning. It was hard to get over, even on a crisp day like today.
How did you know that I saw my father today?
Number one, I assumed. Number two, Sophia was here.
Ah, wonderful. She's a born meddler.
Yeah, well, she meant well, and I had pretty much figured out that your problem was in telling your father about postponing the wedding.
I should have told you what I was doing. I'm sorry.
You couldn't. Because that would have brought up the subject of why your father wanted this wedding rushed. And that would have brought up another subject, which we never talk about. And that's Eden.
If we don't talk about her, it's only because I feel like it's a sensitive subject for you.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you've been very tactful and very considerate. And I think deep down, I've always known that one of the reasons you proposed to me was because of Eden.
Victoria.
No, but I didn't dwell on it, you know. I told myself that you cared about me. And even if you didn't, I cared about you so much that I could overlook that obstacle.
You know how I feel about you. I don't know what you're trying to say. I don't like the sound of it so far.
It's nothing sinister, really. I'm just trying to be practical. Remember how you gave me a graceful out of this engagement a couple days ago?
Yeah?
Well, I'm going to take you up on that. Mason, you don't have to marry me just so Eden doesn't find out that I'm going to have Cruz's baby. It would be much simpler if I just left town.
I don't know what I would have done if you hadn't gotten me out of there. It was hideous. I spent 3 hours in that place.
Maybe you should be more careful about the company you keep.
Oh, thanks a lot. How was I supposed to know he was a fence? All I know is here's this nice man who's going to give me some fast cash for my jewelry. No questions asked.
That's what a fence is. You lived on the senior side of life. How naive can you possibly be?
Except for the terrible things that have been forced upon me. I am actually a very sweet, nice, small-town girl from an honest family.
Oh, and I'm sure you've never lost your innocence.
Don't be a creep. Not after what I've been through. It was terrible. And the other women I was locked up with. You've never been locked up. You don't know what it felt like. These women in the detention hall with me, they were violent and sick. And you should have seen the way they were dressed.
You know, I bailed you out to keep you from calling me, not so I could hear the 7th Avenue version of Women in Chains. Can I attend to my business now? Timmons.
Mr. Timmons, my name is Kramer, Dr. Kramer. I'm a professor here at the university, and I have information which might interest you. It's about Kelly Capwell.
Really, what's that?
I really don't want to go into it over the phone. Why don't you meet me here in my office, say, in about an hour?
Well, where is your office? Does campus security know?
Of course.
I'll be there.
Goodbye.
Oh, you Judas.
You said you were a friend.
Oh, what? You think there's a big reward out for us or something?
That may very well be by this time, but I'm not a bounty hunter.
Then what was all that about?
My real name is Marcus, not Kramer. I called Timmons to get him out of the way. The better to help you and Mr. Conrad escape.
I already told you about my fantasies. They were about marriage.
You know, you may not believe this, but I find it very hard to believe that you're in a tank dreaming of veils and orange blossoms.
Well, maybe I was thinking of something more specific.
Something?
Someone. Take a load off, pal. You know what is the cool thing?
What?
The cool thing is that I really don't have to fantasize because I have you here now. Now and forever.
Forever sure is the best word in the English language, isn't it?
Well, you know, it might be, but what if we were apart? You know, then it would be like it was a terrible sentence. I mean, forever. What a sentence.
Man, what an attitude you have. I mean, I can't even stand to think about what would have happened if we didn't go to Kelly. We were on the Orient Express.
I think we would have found a way to get back to each other. I'm just glad we didn't waste all that time.
We owe Kelly a lot.
Remind me to thank her when we catch up with her.
Be 4:45, and I've been going crazy. Now, where the hell have you been?
I know what time it is. Took a long drive, parked the car, then I took a long walk.
And you've been gone 3 hours.
Because I needed to be. Now I think you and I should have a discussion.
You're damn right I think we should have a discussion. That wasn't very nice what you said to me on the way out before. I mean, you really hurt my feelings. There happens to be a misconception floating around this whole house that I do not have feelings to consider. I happen to be a very sensitive human being.
Yes, I know you are. And if I hurt your feelings, I'm very sorry. But I meant what I said. You cannot continue to pressure people into getting what you want.
All right, so maybe I am a little emphatic.
Emphatic?
But isn't everybody a little emphatic when they want things their way? I mean, if I push people, why can't they just push back?
My darling, when are you going to understand that no one can push like you can because of what you have and who you are? Did you ever stop to think what you might be doing to Victoria and to Mason with this kind of attitude?
Now, wait a minute. You want to talk about the family? You want to do all that? You want to talk about Mason? Fine. I draw the line at talking about Victoria Lane. Or haven't you forgotten what she's trying to do to Eden? Well, I haven't forgotten. And I'm very suspicious about her motives.
I really don't understand you. If you really have that opinion of Victoria, then why do you want Mason to marry her, and why are you urging him to do it?
I'll tell you why in a minute. Hello. Yes, this is he. Really? Thank you for telling me.
What is it? What is it?
It's the police.
Oh, no.
No, honey, it's not Kelly or anything. It's Gina. She was arrested, put in jail, and bail posted all in the same afternoon.
You're kidding.
Yeah, she tried to pawn her jewelry.
That means that she wants to buy more stock and she's getting desperate. Why did she go to jail?
Because she's stupid. She always does the wrong thing. The appraiser she picked her not to be a fence for stolen merchandise.
That's great. It's so like Gina to do the wrong and the sleazy thing.
What do we have where we want her? All we have to do is make her desperate to get into that computer bank. I'm going to do it right now.
What do you mean?
I'm going to buy enough Acme stocks that Gina has to embezzle to be able to afford it.
So you didn't believe me when I said I wanted to make a life with you?
Yes, I believe you, but there's more to it than that.
Eden.
Yes, Eden.
As far as I'm concerned, we haven't talked about Eden because it's a painful subject with you. Yes, I love her. Yes, I want to spare her any pain, but not at our expense. This image you have of me sacrificing myself on the Capwell family altar is colorful, Victoria, but it just isn't true. Everything else aside, I still want to marry you.
Well, I want to marry you, too. And I agree with you. The sooner we do this, the better.
No, you're agreeing with my father. This marriage is about us, not my family.
Mason, the more we wait and the more we plan, it's not going to make the marriage any more special. Look, we just want to be a family. That's all I really want.
Then for heaven's sakes, let's stop arguing and do it.
Hi, it's you. I'm Dr. Marcus. May I come in quickly, please?
Eden, we didn't call a doctor.
Yes, I know, and I hope those two police officers out there don't realize that.
Come in.
What's going on?
Want to tell us who you are?
I work for the university, and I'm here to tell you that I know where your friend Kelly and her friend Mr. Conrad are.
What?
That's right. And I have arranged for the Capwell family to meet them both tonight.
I mean, I'm actually going to see him, all of them.
Yeah, I'm sure these next few hours are going to be unbearable. One-track mind. I'm glad for you, though. So, you'll see them tonight? And what then?
Well, I'm sure they'll find a place for me to hide out, and then, I don't know, till they clear me. But you know what? Jeffrey, wherever they take me, maybe you can come too.
No, I don't think so. If I'm in legal trouble here, I'll handle it myself.
Yeah, but we can make it easier for you. I mean, Daddy's got connections all over this country.
Yeah, I'm aware of your father's importance, but I think I can arrange my own life, thanks. As lowly as it is.
I'm not trying to arrange your life. I'm trying to help you the way you help me.
Well, I'm sure I can manage on my own.
Yeah, I don't get you. Can you just turn around and walk away from me? I mean, after all we've been through?
I can if I have to. I have to.